Now, one of the things that I'm doing today is testing out some of my adjustments that I've made. I finally was able to get my bike on a bike rack and was able to fix my gears so that they should be shifting correctly now. Before, I'm sure that the more people attuned to the ears would have noticed that they are frequently it wasn't shifting very well. It didn't go to all the gears, and some of the gears it was in, it would rattle because it wasn't totally on it. Today, that should no longer be the case. What have I got? A warning. Alright, so we want to turn here. I should still have the brakes not, the brakes should still not squeak. So, my legs are still sore from the other day riding. And also I had leg day too. My trainer decided that he didn't want to count, well, he did count it a little bit. He counted my quads as being exercise, but nothing else on my leg counted. So, anyway, hopefully, I may have the wrong route up. I don't even know if I have the right route up. So, oh, people. This morning it's nice and cool. It's like 72 degrees, 73 maybe. Good morning. Oh, they must have had a tree limb fall today. There seems to be more cats running around. I wonder if this is a morning thing. I'm out earlier than normal by about an hour. And the reason is today, the day I borrow an SUV, and I'm going to see if I can get my bike in the SUV, and if I can, I'm going to Sesquicentennial Park, and we'll ride through that. That's about a 6-mile bike trail on that park, so I figured that'd be fun. But right now, I don't know if I can get my bike in the SUV safely. I found out I could pick up if I take the battery out of the bike and get that extra 11 pounds of weight off, that I am able to pick the bike up high enough to put it onto the repair rack. So I'm thinking I should be able to do the same thing with the SUV. If I got an SUV, I take the battery out and then put the bike into the SUV, I should be able to do that without injuring the bike or the SUV. I don't know that. It's only a theory at the moment. Hopefully it turns out to be a good theory. Oh man, after the last day where it was 90 degrees and I was out here riding, it feels so good today. I think this is the coolest temperature that it's been since I've gotten the bike. I don't think I've ever been 72 degrees before. I think the lowest is about 76. So, woohoo! This is a lot better for all you people that get to travel around this type of weather. Lucky dogs. Hey, my right brake might need a little bit of adjustments. I noticed that that it pushes further in than my left one. All right, we don't want to be in assist level 2. We're going to put it in 1, and I probably should decrease this down a couple. All right, so I think we're in good shape to take this on. We have to avoid the rock. We have to remember that. Don't try to rack. All right, good job. I just get my higher. I like this gear best for just my normal riding around. All right. Oh yeah, and the other thing I did, which we're also testing, and see, every time I go out, I got so many different changes that I'm trying to test. But this time I'm trying to test I think I found the spot on my Garmin that turns off the constant beeping that it did. I mean, I found out the voice thing pretty early, but then it was beeping all the time. So now I think I found the place where I turn off the beeping. So, seems like it's been quiet, hasn't it? Hasn't it been fairly quiet? All you people that don't like beeping, like me. I mean, I wouldn't mind the beeping if it didn't beep so much. Okay, here's my nemesis coming up. Place that I don't look forward to at all. Oh, somebody moved. Wow, somebody moved tremendously all right, let's see how we do. Oh, I see what they did. They actually fixed it. So they're intentionally trying to make it easier on me. Yay. But I just got it figured out. They made it easier on me. Oh well. That's the way it goes. I just figured out how to handle the challenge. I was going to show off and show everybody how well I can do the challenge. And then they removed the challenge. Everybody's just going to take my word for it. I would have nailed that had they still had the construction site going. That was supposed to be my surprise for everybody. It was the fact that I could actually do that without crashing into something. So that's the first time y'all saw me not crash going up that hill, but also it wasn't as challenging anymore. So, oh well. I'm still getting better, even though I can't prove it. My brake's still not squeaking all that much, so yay. So my bike keeps getting a little bit better, and I get a little bit better, bike gets a little bit better. Garmin's, well, it's not really getting any better, but I'm learning how to manage it better. So anyway, when I go to the park today, if I actually am able to get everything into the SUV, and if I'm able to get to the park, I did look on the maps, and there is a bike path. You know, There's different ways you could take the back path, but if you just take the main one around, it'll turn out to be just around 6 miles. So that'll be a nice, well, actually I don't know what it looks like. It looks like it's a real bike path though, so I think it'll be fairly narrow, not big enough for a car. It'll be going through woods, or at least that's the way I imagine it. I think I walked this path, if it's the same one, about 20 years ago. I don't remember much about it anymore. So if it ends up working, I'll probably put up a video on it and show you what my experience like. Maybe show myself trying to load the bike on and then unloading the bike, then riding the park. All things I'm interested in seeing if I can do. I've looked into buying a rack I could put on the back of my car, except for the fact that my bike weighs 75 pounds. Man, there's not many out there that can handle 75 pounds, and there's not any out there that you can buy and get within a month. Or if somebody knows of one, let me know. Right now, the place I called to try to get it estimated 12 months. That's their estimate. Now it was a little bit better than just 75 pounds. It could hold 100. And I was thinking, yeah, that's what I want. I want 100 pounds. That way I don't have to worry about unloading the battery or taking off any of my stuff. However, apparently everybody else in the world wants it also. So there's not any available for a year. But oh well. I didn't order it because I thought I'd talk to my bike shop. Now, I did talk to the bike shop, and they said that they had one that could do 65 pounds, which is not going to work. So I told them to see if they could get one that was better than that. And so I'm waiting to hear back from them on that, see if they could find something. But until then, maybe this SUV will work. Of course, I gotta borrow it from somebody every single time, so that's gonna be a pain for both me and them. I kind of like being self-sufficient, so I kind of like being able to have my own method of transport my car instead of borrowing somebody else's method of transportation. That sun's very bright. I wonder what that looks like on the camera. I guess I'll find out. Not a very scenic route for me. All I see is the sun in my eyes. There we go. I can see something now. The shifting did seem to work well, so it looks like I repaired it correctly. So I now know how to set properly a derailleur. So look at all these things you get to learn as you get a bike. Now I have to realize I've had this bike, what, a month and a couple of days maybe. So, but I have now learned how to change a flat. I got the tools in my bag back there in case I get a flat. I've learned how to mess with the derailleur. Yeah, I now know how to use the Garmin as well as it can be used. I have a light that I forgot to turn on. Drats. Okay, now I got a light that's turned on. So I feel like I made progress. It may not be as fast progress as some people would make. I still only have, I haven't hit 100 miles yet. If I end up taking my trip today in the park, I'll be over 100. But I don't know if I'll end up making that or not. I don't even know yet if I can get the bike in the back of an SUV. I don't even know if that's something anybody would want to do, put the bike in the back of the SUV. You know, I check one side. I mean, one side you got the derailleur, so you got to lay it down inside the SUV. And I'm thinking, is that going to hurt anything? So my mirror's out there, but it's movable, so that's not going to be that big of a deal, except for the fact that I have to reset the direction it looks. But that shouldn't be harmful, and it looks like everything else, it would be okay to lay it on that one side, on the left side. On the right side, I could see that being a big problem. So I won't do the right side. But if I lay it on the left side, I think I'm okay. But we'll see. If it turns out that I'm not okay, I'll have to take a trip to a bike shop to repair whatever it is I broke. Well, that girl didn't yell out the window today, so maybe she's getting a decent sleep since the guy's not weed eating in his yard today. That's a problem. You got a little bit of a noise thing, which you can't really make noise before 8 a.m. But if your sleeping time is at 8 a.m., that's kind of a bummer because that means people can legally be making a lot of noise when you're trying to sleep. Wow, not hardly any cars out right now. Well, that's one advantage for traveling around 7 a.m. I mean, the disadvantage is the sun's in your eyes, but the advantage is everybody's still sleeping. On a Saturday, anyway. I guess it was during a weekday. Everybody be in there, getting in the car, heading to work. Well, I found out pretty much everything I wanted to know with my derailleur, except I also wanted to take it all the way down to 1, which I should do. Y'all probably can't even hear it ship because it's so good. They do make very good derailleurs here. I mean, my mountain bike made a whole lot more noise than this thing here's making. I mean, I could barely hear it, and you probably can't hear it at all. Okay, so this beeping thing seems to work. I think I'm going to turn this off. Cancel current course. Yes. All right. Yeah, so this will end up being a short video but I wanted it to be a short video. I only wanted to be able to just check to see how it works. Hey, this person is doing a electric lawnmower early in the morning. I guess that's okay. Oh, non-electric. So probably not okay. One of his neighbors will complain. Pretty sure it's still not 8 yet. I mean, I don't have a clock watch. I'm not sure when I get to the park whether there are routes. I had looked online, and there are routes you can take that can be 10 and 12 miles long. So, but the short route is 6. So I plan to take the 6 mile because it's my first time, and I got no idea what the bike path is going to be like. I don't even know if it's paved or graveled or dirt. So I'll take the 6 mile route this time and see how it goes. If it goes well, I might pick up the 10 or 12 mile route next time. They share a lot of the space, but there's one point where you can turn off and it takes you through a whole new area, and that's 10 miles. And then there's another spot you can turn off after you get back onto the main route that you can turn off on again, and that adds a few more miles to you, so you can get up to 12. All right, let's do our stop. Full complete stop. There we go. And we'll just wait for this Jeep for no reason other than I'm just going to do it. Several cars coming, one waiting to come. So a lot of traffic all of a sudden. I think it's getting ready to clear up. Not going to be any cars here in a second. Yeah. No, there's not any. And so nice smooth start, which you can get nice smooth starts on flat ground. So I have no trouble with those types. Or downhill. Just the uphill is the only one I'm having trouble with still. And I think my balance is improving a little bit on the bike. That's one of the reasons I swirl back and forth, is trying to make sure I maintain improve my ability to balance on the bike. And as I take corners, my cornering ability is improving, as you probably noticed in my last video, that I had taken several corners and stayed in my own lane. Eventually, I'll be able to take all the corners. I just got to learn how to take the corners at faster rates and stay in my lane. If I'm going like 12 miles per hour, I have a tough time staying in my lane. I kind of want to drift over. Now, it's possible to stay in my lane, I'm sure. I just haven't mastered that yet. All right, so that'll be it for this morning's trip. In about 3 hours, I'm going to head out. Now, it's going to be like 100 degrees when I get to the park, so yeah, I may just turn around and come back and not even do anything once I get to the park. All right, see y'all next time. Bye. Here I find that it's very difficult to push it because the front tire is like a brake. It doesn't slide, so I have to pick it up. But I'm able to do it, just have to figure it out. I think I'll use cardboard next time. And there, it's in. Let's see if I can keep from injuring any part of the bike, part of the car. All right, getting it out was much simpler. Very soft sand through there. Feel like you're on the beach. Good thing I got these fat tires.